Welcome to Talk Across America. I'm Doug Miles, and we're here in beautiful Sarasota, Florida. A great pleasure right now to have joining us on our book talk segment. A woman who's written a very interesting and very entertaining and hopefully helpful book. I'm sure it will be helpful to a lot of people. It's called Things I Only Tell My Friends, the And Then It Happened Events That Form My Life. We're joined by a very talented woman. She's an entrepreneur and has had a very interesting life so far, and she talks about it in her book. Lori-Ann Keenan joined us by telephone today. And Lori-Ann, good to talk with you. How are you?
Good, Doug. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, you're in Vancouver, right?
Sunny Vancouver. It's 72 degrees. It's a beautiful, clear sky here.
Always good to talk to a Canadian. My mother was born in Canada, and my grandparents were. So always good to talk to people, friends and family from up north.
And so does that mean you'll support the Raptors tonight?
I will, yes. They've had a tough time with hockey, so you got to win something up there.
Exactly. Give us something.
Well, first of all, congratulations on the book, but you're being compared to the great Ann Landers, who was a great advice columnist, so that must make you feel good.
It is. It's a fun little situation to be in. I started coaching a few years ago and coaching young entrepreneurs, and then I found out that, my friends now are their kids are calling me for advice on different things, so I've kind of slipped into that coaching for any question type of person that you want to contact with. It's been quite cool.
Well, I think you're definitely qualified in the sense that you've had so many experiences in your career, not only entrepreneurial, but just doing things you're interested in life. So I guess that helps you, right? The more you experience, hopefully positively, but the more experience, the more you can help other people.
Absolutely. And a lot of the tips in my book are very practical tips that other people would say, oh, well, everyone knows that. But it's surprisingly interesting to see how many people don't know some of the basic hints and the basic, little tricks to do in different areas of your life.
I know you did. You really formed a business that kind of, I guess, was your first big business, right? The Smart Learning Institute up in Canada. Was that the first thing you did as an entrepreneur?
No, I had a couple of businesses before that. Yeah, no, I had a couple more businesses before that. But one of the key things that I teach entrepreneurs are when you want your staff to feel like they like their other staff members. If you do a survey of all staff, the reason that they'll say that I like my job is because I like my coworkers. Mm-hmm. So ever since the beginning, I had this thing called the Cappuccino Awards, and every couple months I'll have a staff meeting and I'll give everybody a $5 coffee card and I ask them to present it to someone else on the team that has helped them through in the last couple months. And it's surprisingly how much a boss can learn from that situation by watching who gets the receiving end of that and who's the team player and who you need to work on more about team playing. And it's also great for the staff bonding. It's amazing when you publicly stand up and say, you know what, my coworker is like the best coworker ever, and thanks for having my back. So it's a little tiny thing that I teach entrepreneurs to do.
Yeah, I was going to say that was one of the chapters in the book that interested me, because we hear so many horror stories of businesses and how employees feel they're not treated right. Little things like that make it go a long way.
Exactly, absolutely. Being acknowledged by your coworkers and celebration of different periods, different successes in life. We had, no matter what, we always had a birthday cake for every staff member all through my journey. So just a tiny little thing, but to make everybody feel like they're special and that they're acknowledged is an amazing little thing to do that makes them so much more comfortable to be at work.
And the book is filled with not only just in the business world, but your personal life. You talk about vacationing, doing that in a way that'll make your life better, right? Or at least more interesting, relationships. So it's not just a business book.
The partner that you choose to marry is the biggest decision you'll ever make in your life. Everything after that comes from that. So I say to young people, when you're looking at marrying somebody or you're getting serious in your relationship, have the sit-down chat. What are your goals? Do you want kids? Do you want to live here? Where do you want your parents to move in with you when they're 65? Have those questions talked about at the beginning of a relationship, and remember, as you go on life with your family and your kids and your jobs and whatever, you have to remember you have to nurture your primary spouse. So when they leave for work in the morning or they go for a jog, just say, hey, love you, sweetie, have a good time. And when they come home, jump up and say hi when they get home and welcome home. Even my husband and I, we work in the same business, but we always, as soon as one person comes home, the other one jumps up just for a small second and saying, hey, welcome home, how was your day, and that sort of thing. So I tell them, remember to always nurture your partner relationships.
I like how you describe your husband of 326 months. Not years, in months. I like that.
We just
I've never heard anybody say it like that before.
10,000th day anniversary.
I've never heard anybody describe it by the month.
Yeah.
That's probably a good idea.
Exactly. Yeah.
Let's talk about, and again, the book is kind of geared on this phrase, the and then it happened events. Everybody has those that pop up. I guess the advice you give, right, is to realize that, or if you can realize that moment, that's a turning point, and go with it, right?
Right, and I talk a lot about this. There's so many influences that people have nowadays, but I always say when those moments happen, go with your gut instinct. What is it that is that really right for you? Don't listen to what people around you are saying necessarily. Just think about it and say, is this a gut feeling? Is this a good one, or is it not? And it's amazing because the several times that I didn't listen to my gut feeling and they went awry, and I tell everybody now, you knew when you were in that situation, you knew you weren't trusting your gut, right? And they'd say, yeah, I shouldn't have done this, or I could have done that. I said, I know. So trust your instinct. Sit down and really think that, is this right for you, without listening to the noise around you.
I like how you have, after every chapter, a joke. It's some great jokes in there. Where did you get those? If you can tell us. They're great jokes.
They're tried and tested.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't hear jokes like that anymore.
Meeting every single Monday morning with a joke. I know, and I love jokes. I've always loved telling jokes. So yeah, hopefully everybody will get into them at the end of each chapter.
Yeah, I mean they pertain to what you just talked about, but they're great story jokes, not one-liners. That's what makes them interesting to read. So.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Thanks. Yeah, it does.
Well, the name of the book is Things I Only Tell My Friends, and we've been talking with Lori Ann Keenan. I guess the full title should say The And Then It Happened Events That Formed My Life, and a very entertaining book, very helpful book. And Lori Ann, do you have a website you can direct people to?
I do. It's thingsionlytellmyfriends.com.
Great. Well, Lori Ann, pleasure talking to you. Thanks for taking the time, and hopefully we can talk to you again.
Great. Sounds great. Thanks, Doug.
Thank you for joining us today on Talk Across America. Please visit our website at dougmilesmedia.com for more great interviews and content. And if you're interested in any of the books we talk about on the program, please click the Amazon link on our website. It helps support the podcast. Thanks for listening. We'll see you again real soon here from beautiful Sarasota, Florida.
I'm Stan Brock. 30 years ago, I formed Remote Area Medical to help people overseas. But then we found generations of families in America isolated by poverty from the health care they need. Together, we can take dental, vision, and medical help to 1 million adults and their kids, right here at home in the United States of America.